Here, deep within the heart of a continent, lies a place forgotten by the modern world. It is a valley carved by ancient rivers and cradled by mountains that pierce the clouds. We call it the Whispering Valley. The name comes from the sound the wind makes as it moves through the colossal jade-green canopy. It is a constant, gentle sigh, a breath from the earth itself. The air is thick with the scent of damp soil and 1,000 different blossoms. It is a perfume that has remained unchanged for millennia. This is a world that operates on a different clock, a rhythm set not by hours and minutes, but by the rising sun and the slow, deliberate turn of seasons. Our journey here was not an easy one. It took weeks of navigating treacherous rivers, their waters the color of dark tea, and trekking through forests so dense that daylight became a faint, dappled memory. Giant ferns, older than any human civilization, unfurl their fronds in the undergrowth. Monkeys with coats of gold and silver chatter from high branches, their calls echoing through the immense silence. Every step in this place feels like a step back in time. We are visitors in a kingdom that belongs to nature alone. A kingdom that has guarded its secrets with a quiet, patient strength for countless generations. The scale of this landscape is almost impossible to comprehend. Waterfalls, like silver threads, cascade down sheer cliffs that rise thousands of feet into the sky. Their roar is a distant, powerful hum, a constant reminder of the raw power that shaped this land. Below, the valley floor is a mosaic of emerald and sapphire. Rivers wind like glistening serpents through the trees, their surfaces reflecting the ever-changing sky. In the slow-motion dance of life here, every creature plays its part. A hummingbird, its wings a blur of impossible speed, hovers over a flower that blooms for only a single day. It is a perfect, fleeting moment of connection. As dusk begins to settle, the valley transforms. The greens and blues of the day give way to deep purples and soft oranges. The symphony of the daytime forest quiets, replaced by the chirps and clicks of nocturnal creatures. The air grows cooler, carrying the fresh scent of rain-washed leaves. The stars begin to appear, not as faint specks, but as brilliant, blazing diamonds against a canvas of pure black. Here, far from the glow of cities, the cosmos reveals its true majesty. It is in this profound stillness, under this canopy of stars, that one begins to understand the deep, ancient magic of the Whispering Valley. If you've enjoyed this journey into the untouched heart of nature, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an adventure. Join us as we continue to explore the wonders of our extraordinary world. It is in this isolated paradise that a small, extraordinary group of people live. They are known to the few who have ever heard of them as the Lumina. The name, given by the handful of explorers who glimpsed them from afar, means the Light Ones. They are a ghost-like presence in this vast wilderness, a rumor whispered among the inhabitants of the distant foothills. For centuries, they have remained a profound mystery. They build no permanent cities. They leave few traces. They move through the dense forest with a grace and silence that seems almost supernatural, as if they are part of the wind itself. Their existence challenges everything we thought we knew about human settlement and survival. In a world defined by expansion and technology, the Lumina have chosen a different path. They live in complete harmony with their environment, taking only what they need and leaving the delicate balance of the valley undisturbed. Their numbers are small, perhaps no more than a few hundred souls. They are not conquerors of this land. They are its custodians. To see them is to witness a connection to the natural world that our own species has long since forgotten. They are a living testament to a different way of being human. Our first encounter was a moment of pure chance. We had been tracking the elusive clouded leopard, its rosette patterns a perfect camouflage against the forest floor. As our cameras focused on the creature, a movement in the background caught our eye. There, standing perfectly still, was a family of lumina. They were tall and slender, with skin that seemed to shimmer even in the dim light of the undergrowth. They were not watching the leopard with fear, but with a calm, quiet reverence. It was as if they were observing a respected neighbor. For a moment our world and theirs intersected, and we were left speechless. They vanished as quickly as they had appeared, melting back into the shadows of the forest without a sound. It was an encounter that left us with more questions than answers. Who were these people? How have they remained hidden for so long, in a world that seems to have no secrets left? Their presence felt less like a discovery and more like a privilege. We were not researchers observing a subject. We were guests who had accidentally stumbled into a sacred garden. The memory of their calm, watchful eyes stays with us, a silent invitation to understand a deeper truth about this place and its people. The most startling aspect of the Lumina is not just their reclusive nature, but their very biology. It is a puzzle that defies our current scientific understanding. Their most visible and astonishing trait is their skin. It possesses a unique, subtle bioluminescence. In the dim light of the forest or under the moon, their skin emits a soft, silvery blue glow. It is not bright, but a gentle, ethereal light, like starlight captured beneath their skin. This phenomenon has never been documented in humans before. Scientists who have studied the few available distant photographs are baffled, proposing theories that range from symbiotic algae to a unique protein in their genetic makeup. This internal light seems to be connected to their health and emotional state. Elders who have lived long, peaceful lives are said to glow more steadily, their light a soft, constant presence. The young, full of energy and fleeting emotions, flicker like fireflies. It is a silent language, a way of communicating that we can only begin to guess at. This biological trait is not merely a curiosity. It appears to be central to their identity and their relationship with the world around them. It connects them to the cycles of day and night, to the moon and the stars that shine so brightly over their isolated home. Furthermore, their bodies seem to have adapted to this environment in ways that are truly 1 in a billion. Their cardiovascular systems are extraordinarily efficient, allowing them to move at high altitudes and exert themselves for long periods without showing signs of fatigue. Their senses are also heightened to an incredible degree. They can hear frequencies far beyond the range of normal human hearing, allowing them to detect the subtle movements of predators or prey from great distances. Their eyesight is equally remarkable, especially their ability to see with stunning clarity in the low light conditions of the deep forest and at night. Medical researchers are particularly fascinated by their apparent immunity to many common diseases. In an environment teeming with bacteria and viruses, the Lumina seem to possess a natural resilience that is unheard of. Their bodies heal from injuries at an accelerated rate, leaving behind minimal scarring. It is as if their biology is perfectly tuned to the challenges of their world, a product of thousands of years of uninterrupted evolution in this unique and isolated ecosystem. They are a living library of biological possibilities, a mystery that science is only just beginning to glimpse from the farthest of shores. The life of the Lumina is woven into the rhythms of the great river that flows through the heart of their valley. This river is their lifeline, their calendar, and, well, their church. They do not see it as a mere resource, but as a living entity, a benevolent spirit that provides for them. Their movements follow the river's seasonal pulse. During the dry season, when the water is low and clear, they camp along the sandy banks, fishing with elegant, handcrafted spears. They move with the patience of herons, standing motionless for long periods, their eyes fixed on the subtle ripples that betray the presence of a fish below the surface. In these moments, one can truly appreciate their connection to the water. The children play in the shallow eddies, their laughter mixing with the gentle murmur of the current. They learn to swim before they can properly walk, developing a confidence and grace in the water that is, honestly, astonishing. They seem to understand the river's moods, its hidden currents, and its secret depths. They read the water like a scholar reads a book, knowing where the fish will gather, where the dangerous currents lie, and where the safest crossings are. Their survival depends not on dominating the river, but on listening to it and respecting its power. When the monsoon rains arrive, the river transforms into a raging torrent. It swells and darkens, carrying logs and debris from the high mountains. During this time, the Lumina retreat to higher ground, living in temporary shelters woven from flexible branches and broad leaves. They do not fight the flood, they make way for it. They watch the river's awesome power with respect, understanding that this seasonal purge is necessary for the health of the valley. This period of retreat is a time for storytelling, for passing down the wisdom of the ancestors, and for strengthening the bonds of family and community. Their diet is a perfect reflection of this symbiotic relationship. It consists almost entirely of what the river and the surrounding forest provide. They eat dozens of varieties of fish, supplemented by fruits, nuts, and edible plants that they gather with expert knowledge. They know which flowers signal the ripening of a particular fruit, and which mushrooms are safe to eat after a rain. This knowledge is not written in books. It is a living tradition passed down through generations. Their health and longevity are a testament to the purity of their environment and the wisdom of their way of life. The culture of the Lumina is built upon a deep and abiding respect for their ancestors. They believe that the spirits of those who came before them still inhabit the valley. They are in the ancient trees, the soaring mountains, and the whispering wind. This belief shapes every aspect of their lives. They make no major decisions without first consulting the wisdom of the past, through quiet contemplation and simple rituals. Their traditions are not rigid rules, but guiding principles that ensure the continued harmony between their people and the land. Their world is not empty, but filled with the presence of a great, extended family. Their knowledge of the natural world is not scientific in our sense of the word, but it is incredibly detailed and profound. They are master botanists, able to identify hundreds of plants and their medicinal properties. They can create poultices to heal wounds, teas to soothe fevers, and compounds to repel insects, all from the leaves, roots, and bark of the forest. This is not a process of trial and error. It is a body of knowledge accumulated over countless generations, passed down from parent to child. It is a wisdom born of observation, respect, and a deep, intuitive understanding of the interconnectedness of all living things. Storytelling is the primary means by which this wisdom is preserved. In the evenings, families gather around a small, smokeless fire, and the elders share the tales of the ancestors. These are not just entertaining myths. They are complex narratives that contain practical information about survival, ethics, and the history of their people. They tell of the great flood that carved the valley, of the first lumina who learned to speak with the river, and of the celestial origins of their inner light. Through these stories, each new generation learns its place in the world and its responsibility to the future. This ancestral wisdom fosters a profound sense of humility. The Lumina do not see themselves as masters of their environment. They see themselves as a small part of a much larger, more complex web of life. This perspective is perhaps their greatest strength. It allows them to adapt and thrive in a world that would seem harsh and unforgiving to an outsider. They do not seek to change the world to fit their needs. They change themselves to fit the world. It is a philosophy that stands in stark contrast to the modern drive for control and domination, offering a powerful lesson in resilience and grace. As our time in the Whispering Valley comes to an end, we are left with a feeling of profound wonder. The Lumina remain a mystery, their secrets held closely within the embrace of their ancestral home. We have seen glimpses of their extraordinary lives, witnessed their unique biology, and felt the depth of their connection to the natural world. Yet, we have only scratched the surface. To truly understand them would require a lifetime of patient observation and a willingness to set aside our own assumptions about what it means to be human. They are a living reminder that the world is still full of undiscovered wonders. The existence of the Lumina forces us to ask fundamental questions about our own path. In our relentless pursuit of progress, what have we lost? We have gained technology, medicine, and global connectivity, but we have lost our connection to the earth, our attunement to the rhythms of nature, and perhaps a certain kind of wisdom that can only be found in silence and stillness. The Lumina show us that another way is possible. Their lives are not a relic of the past, but a potential blueprint for a more sustainable and harmonious future, one built on respect rather than exploitation. Protecting this place and the people who call it home is a moral imperative. The Whispering Valley is a priceless treasure, a biological and cultural sanctuary that has remained untouched for millennia. The intrusion of the modern world would be catastrophic. It would not only destroy a unique ecosystem, but it would also extinguish a culture that holds invaluable lessons for all of humanity. Their mystery is precious. Their isolation is their strength. Sometimes, the greatest act of respect is to observe from a distance and to allow a mystery to remain a mystery. Ultimately, the Lumina teach us the importance of wonder. They remind us that not everything can be measured, catalogued, and explained by science. There are truths that can only be felt, and a wisdom that transcends data. They are a testament to the incredible resilience and adaptability of life and to the deep, enduring magic of the natural world. As we leave the Whispering Valley behind, the sound of the wind in the canopy stays with us. It is a whisper of hope, a call to remember the world we came from, and a challenge to find our own way back to a life of balance and wonder.